Okay, thank you, Vicki. So today I'm going to show you all a little bit deeper dive into felt. My colleague John, who's also here, gave a great demo in PCD. So just to start off, like Vicki mentioned, I do cartography at Felt, so I work on a variety of things, our base maps, our data library layers, and building cartographic thinking into our product. And I also do what all of us cartographers love most, which is make maps. And I've been making maps on the web for quite some time, and I have to say Felt is one of the funnest ways to do it that I've experienced so far. So today, I did this demo at our community event last week, and I thought it would be a great one to show you all too. So basically, I want to go through how to make a map like this one to check out, or for people to add where they're seeing fall colors around a city. In this case, it's Denver, and I apologize because it looks like the maps is a little washed out here. But yeah, so I'll be going through a couple of different things. First, talking about styling layers, and doing that via our style editor, and then customizing a style further with Felt style language, which is an intuitive styling grammar that we've been working on. Then I will show you how to use some of our Felt data library layers to add more context with these curated layers that we have available inside of the product. One of my favorite features, which is clip layers, so how you can clip data that's in the background and bring it to the foreground and use some of the functionality available with elements. And with that, a little bit more about elements, adding photos to maps and things like that. And finally, how you can share it with the world. Okay. So I'm going to start out here with this map. I've basically uploaded 3 different data sets from the city of Denver using this upload anything option down here in the toolbar. This is just default symbology that these 3 layers have come in with. The points are points in 4 of the largest parks, tree points in 4 of the largest parks in the city. The lines are recreation trails throughout parks and other parts of the city. And then Denver is one of those cities where everybody refers to different places by the neighborhood that they're in. So I have some neighborhood boundaries in here. Okay, so I first want to get started styling these tree points. Like we can see on the final map, they kind of just have this fall aesthetic, and so I'll start by showing you how I did that. So the first thing to do, as we all do when we start with data, is to look at the attribute table to see what's available. So we have a data view here. And my previous research and just like reading the city's metadata, I know that there's this attribute species common, and that's the one that I want to use to style these points. Okay, so I can either click on this style option here or just click on style layer from the 3-dot menu. And I'm just going to start with some basic details here. So basically changing the imported layer name. Right now we have 2 visualization types, simple and categorical. Since I want to make a categorical map, I can choose color by category. And then from the color by option, all of the attributes come in alphabetized, so I'm just going to find the species, common species. In this case, I don't want to label these tree points, so I'm just going to turn those off. And there's some other options here, but I'm going to leave this as is for now. So I want to go down here to this preview of the legend because there's a couple of interesting things happening. So with a categorical map, we return the top 10 categories, and then everything gets sent to this other category here. And the way that the points are drawn is also according to their count. So for example, within these 4 parks, the most common that they share is other, but in tree types, it's the blue spruce. So it's nice to know that that's kind of how your data are drawing in when you use this. Okay, so to get the fall aesthetic from the color picker here, I'm just gonna choose a color palette that I feel like has the most fall colors, which is this one here. And that's about what I want to do in this basic style editor. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, so I also know that most of the tree species in Colorado, in Denver, in these parks, are between the yellow to orange range in their fall colors. So I can just like click on each one of these colors in the legend, and I get all of the colors that are available in the palette that I've chosen, so I can just assign more yellows and oranges. I do know that the crab apple tends to be more pink reddish, so I'm just gonna choose that color there. And okay, so now I wanna do some modification. So I'm gonna go into the advanced option here, and what you'll see is that there's this style that's been populated, and if I put this here too, it's basically taken in all of the choices that I've made through this basic style editor and transferred it over into the advanced. So I want to do a couple of things. The first thing is I want to remove the pine and the spruce, but before I do that, let me just close this out so we could see what happens with the legend. So I'm going to remove those. And in this config block here that I'm in, this is where I can see all of the top attributes that were top 10 from that categorical attribute that I chose. I don't want to show other because I just want the deciduous trees, so I'm going to do false. And then this other order above or below, it's no longer relevant, so I can just remove it. Okay, so now we have just the top 8 deciduous trees amongst all of these 4 parks. I want to do a couple of other things like vary the size through zoom, so I can do zoom-based styling in a kind of simple way. So as I zoom in and out, I want my points to go from a smaller size of 2 to 10. I want to remove the stroke width. And then just to get them blended a little bit more, I'm gonna set the opacity to 0.8, and there we go. And so those are our trees. Okay, the next layer are the trails. So I'm gonna, I just kind of want these to be on the map for context. You can see they're really thick and not like that right now. So again, if I go to the style layer option, I can, in this case, I'm gonna keep it simple. I do want the label. We try and find the best labeling field, and I'm going to choose this pre-populated style of dashed and just make the line width slightly smaller, and this gray is okay, and then just adjust some of the, just adjust the opacity so they're pushed back a little bit. And another thing I can do in this legend is update the description. So I know these are paved and unpaved. So I'm just gonna add that, and then those are done. Okay, and the final layer I want to style are these neighborhood polygons. Oops, sorry, I need to turn their visibility on first. Okay, and so same thing, gonna go to style layer. This time I get different options for polygon styles. I'm gonna choose this brighter purple, choose a boundary style, and I do want these to label so they have the neighborhood name, and I want them to be associated with kind of the boundary that they, or I want the neighborhood labels and boundaries to kind of be on the same visual plane, so I'm just gonna choose the option to use color for the label so it kind of matches. Okay, and that's the styling part. So next, what I wanna do is show you what one of my favorite things is, as I mentioned, which is clipping data. I'm just going to turn off the neighborhoods for now. So I know that there's this there's this trail along in City Park that has beautiful foliage. So what I've done is I've just clicked on it. Oh, it looks horrible on this screen. I've clicked on it and it's highlighted, and I can clip that to an element by clicking on these scissors. So once I do that, it's now an element that I can use and add some additional information to in a different way. So I'm going to make every walking path that I want people to check out blue, and I want to add the distance of that. And then another cool thing is that all of the attributes have actually come over. So I can choose if I want to delete any of these. I can also modify them so they make more sense for my map, etc. Okay. The next thing I want to do is add a photo of how it looks here, so people know that this is a place they can go. So here I just chose the pin tool, and I'm just going to give it a title or a label, great colors here. And since I'm going to attach a photo, I'm going to use this camera emoji and upload an image of City Park. Okay. And what I can also do, sorry, I'm not used to using my trackpad. What I can also do is attach any other information I want to that. So I want to know the date that people have been seeing things, so I can say October 20th. I don't know if that's the day today. And there we go. Okay, so I can also add photos in another way. So I live over here by Sloan's Lake, and I went out to this park the other day. So I took some photos on my phone that I want to add to the map. So I'm just going to grab all of those and drag and drop them onto here, and anything that has location data attached, I can just click move to location, and then it gets placed exactly where I took it. And I can do things like make the images larger, smaller, move them around, whatever it is that I want to do. I can also use some of these other tools to add notes around, like cottonwoods. There's old growth cottonwoods here that are really beautiful, etc. So yeah, okay, this was a really quick demo of how to kind of get started making this map. And now what I want to do is share it. But first I'm just going to give it a title. And then up here, we have a few different share options. So the first one is if I want to share it by email with colleagues. So if I was going to share it with John, I can invite him via email, and I can choose to make him an editor or a viewer. So if we wanted to collaborate on this and I needed him to do some editorial stuff on it for me or whatever it may be before we put it out, this is a great option for that. I can also share this to the web with this link, and allow public editing is what enables people to collaborate on this map with you. So by doing that, now when somebody accesses this map, they can open it and start adding all of their own stuff. I have two options of the extent that I want to share, so if it's a link to a whole map or link to the current view. And then if I want to embed this anywhere, I have several different embed options for size, and I can just copy the HTML and put it wherever I'm going to be embedding it. And that is a really quick demo of making a map for leaf peeping in Denver. So I've gone through a few different things, but we have a lot of great content. So I'll put these slides and the final map, the better one, in Slack. But we have some blog posts. We also have a community group on Slack where we've been sharing tips and tricks and more things like this just to get people more familiar with everything that you can do with felt. And we have a Halloween mapping challenge coming up. So if that is something that you're interested in participating in, please do so. And we also started this map the other day for people to add where they're coming from to the conference. So I'll put that link in there as well. Thank you.